if what I do does not inspire people, then there is nothing to my entire being.
He's an amazing actor, a TV producer, a presenter. His full name actually is Richard Mofe Damijo, RMD. Okay? Now, even at his age, he's still doing magic. Permit me use the word magic. Now, he was the former commissioner of culture in Delta State. Now, he also hails from Delta State. He's a worry boy to the core, no doubt. Area, hey, that's him. He is blessed with 4 amazing children and has an amazing wife to himself. He has mentored countless of actors to becoming successful at their own field. Ladies and gentlemen, he has 2 degrees actually. The first with the University of Benin, where he studied theatre arts, and the second with the University of Lagos, where he studied law. So this is not somebody that you joke with, okay? He knows his onions. Ladies and gentlemen, without much further ado, I present to you his top 10 rules for success. Trust me, if you acknowledge each of these rules and you apply it, as he always say, there's room for you to do far better than me. So watch till the end.
I really don't know what I do. It's grace. I mean, so I always say, and I don't say this to be just to be religious. I say this with all sense of modesty and everything. It's grace, because I don't have a particular formula for success or anything. I do the work.
You don't think it's talent?
Talent is not enough in this world, because you will always find talented people. It is what you do when you know you have the talent. I do the work. I'm an actor, so I have been trained all my life to prepare, which is what happens to you all as well. I guess you prepare before a show. I call my own a rehearsal, or the engineer calls his own something else. The soldier calls his own. There is some kind of preparation before a major battle and strategy session and all of that. So I do prepare before I do anything. Just like every one of us, we prepare before we go to work. So I do that regularly. But to say why I have remained relevant after 3 decades, I can't take the credit for it.
So maybe what you have is the X factor. So the X factor, we don't know. Is it the voice? Is it his height?
Is that grace?
The X factor comes from God, actually.
Yes.
It is something spiritual. You can't put it. You can't touch it. You just know. It's just very humbling. You have to understand that I come from a very, I don't want to call it a very lowly place, but I come from Warri, where I grew up in Warri, and for us coming to Lagos, you have to cross how many states to get here, right? So for most of us, just making it out of the town and making something for yourself is success, as it were, because people can. I get spoken to sometimes, or I get people who come to me and say, oh, because of you, because you have been there, we are coming there, or because you have been there, we have been able to come here as well. So I'm 58, and I look back, I see my brother Alibaba, I look back, I see Moody, I look back, I see AY, I see Bovy, and you can roll it back. You can keep rolling it back. There is a Warri boy, there is the real Warri Pekin, You can just keep rolling it back. And it is because, just like me, years ago, I saw Jide Ogungbade on TV, I saw Jimmy Solanke on TV, and all I wanted to do was just be where Jimmy Solanke was, where, these people were, where Shola Omole was on TV as a newscaster, All I wanted to do was just be on television. And today I'm on television. And people are saying the same testimonies about me now. They say, oh, when I was young, I just wanted to be like you, RMD. So that's it. I've done my work, as it were, and I want to keep doing the work so that those who are just going to be meeting me at any point that they're going to meet me, they will be able to look back and say, oh, if this guy could make it, then people from this side can make it. Because what it means is that I can look at the success of any Warri boy today and I say that person represents me. That's the biggest thing for me. Courage. The courage to live the life that you dream about is not something that is in just your genetics. No. It's a choice. You know, people use words like intentional and all that. It is a choice that you must make and say, I dream of being a superstar musician. I begin to put in the work. I choose to wake up every morning, and maybe if I want to play the saxophone, I put in X number of hours in trying to play the saxophone. I put in X number of hours in trying to play my flute or the piano and all of that. I was listening or reading something that Pastor Sam Adeyemi, my pastor, said yesterday, and he said there was a guy. No, I think I was reading what he posted, and he was talking about a guy called Cholet or so who, when they were doing inter-house, before their inter-house, that he found that like 2 months or so before the inter-house, the guy would wake up, put on his tracksuit, and he would run, he would do all kinds of things. And he says he used to say to himself then, man, what's this guy doing? The inter-house is like 2-3 months away. Why is he running every morning? When the inter-house finally came, that guy, Cholet, he won the 100 meters, he won the 200 meters, and he anchored and won the 4x100 meters relay. Now, what is this talking about? It is talking about having made a choice to be the best sportsman in that school or be the best sprinter in that school. Cholet, using Pastor Sam Adeyemi's story, Cholet decided to start the process of becoming that person. And so he woke up every morning and did what he had to do. I think one of the core things outside of God blessing the work of your hands, because I'm not ashamed to say that I am a product of God's grace and blessing. I think one of the things that I can recommend, one of the things that I did, is to be ready. I constantly strive to be ready. So if I have to go to a law conference because I'm a lawyer to speak on IP, which is my area, I try to make sure that I prepare so that if opportunities come for me to be able to respond to a question or to something that has to do with the area that I'm familiar with, I will speak with every authority, because vision or knowledge gives you voice. So my advice to young people is read, and read. I try to, I don't think it's by accident that somehow I write, I act, I'm a lawyer, Sunday school teacher. I'm a teacher. I love to also teach. I don't call myself a motivational speaker. No, I'm a teacher. I love to teach. If I hold any subject and I need to teach, I teach it well. It is never about me or my colleagues. It is always about the characters that we bring to life. It is what I did in Violated that is important. It is what I did in, or what I do in Hush that is important. It's what I did in Out of Bounds that is important. It's not about RMD, really. It is his ability to portray whatever is put in front of him. So do I represent well? Do I hold the audience in high esteem? I don't play with my audience. For me, to disregard your audience is to stop improving on your art. And I have never stopped improving in my art. If I have a role to play, it is life or death. It is that important because it's a privilege, and I take it very seriously. I'm not by any means the best actor in the world, but I get a chance to be an actor, to play a role. Oh, my goodness, I don't sleep until I make sure it is settled in my head. For me, responsibility has always been the thing, because it was all couched in one sentence. Remember whose child you are. Who is Damijo? Poor MPA worker. You know, and my mother was just a trader, illiterate. You know, wow. So, but here I am today, right? Built some name for the family, and so what do I pass on to my children? It's the same thing. I say to them what my mom says to me. Remember whose child you are. You can't do certain things. It's the same thing I say to my workers. I'm sorry, you're working for me. If you're working for somebody else, maybe it's okay, but they will say it's RMD's driver or RMD's worker. Please, I beg you. You know, this name is all I have. You know, so I don't see how different that is. It doesn't have to be money that unravels when you call the name. It could stand for a lot more things. And so if you can come up with the first good one, you will just find that this is just a name for the storehouse of values. Whoa. You know, we will say brand, okay? Yeah. But once you can say it is a brand, then what that bespeaks of is that it's a storehouse. Yeah. And when you unravel or you uncock it, you just keep seeing all the things that make it a brand.
Amazing.
I believe that good should always triumph, and love always wins. But anything else, there's too much trouble for humanity already. So if you're not selling hope one way or the other, what's the point, really? I mean, I come from a place of truth every time. Okay. From anything you have to play in this world, come from a place of truth and love, and it will transcend.
Alrighty, I like the sound of that. So
stage has also walked away from the physical to your phone or to whatever other medium of mass communication that you are entitled to. You get it? So if you dey wait to come event center to perform and the day ever they call you, you get stage for your phone. So like real one pikin, you plant am for your car every day, or you put am for corner every day. Then you dey act for them. They tell the rest of the world, say, people that see me for ground, this one that they see for this my small stage, so they learn. So that from there, what you dey like to do from when they born you, when you do for your small stage, when they your palm, and from there you transfer go the rest of the world. And like real warrior pikin, you fit resign from the small ministry where you work, and for only 1 December, you make 1.5. And the next year, you don't even fit count how much you make it in. You know what I'm saying? So I will stop here by saying the thing about technology is that when it disrupts well. And those when smart, like they say, when you take advantage of the disruption, now then you float and hammer with them. Because like people they talk these days, WhatsApp group don't take over association. No. Ladies and gentlemen,
every breath that we have left in this world, we must spend it making sure that we live it like it's the last. We must spend it making sure that we affect people's lives, so much so that at every point in time, anybody we encounter, we are able to lift the person. As we are lifting ourselves, we must of necessity be able to lift other people along with us. What's the point of a motivational speaker if he just speaks and nothing happens? What is the point of a speaker who tries to inspire people and you just talk with highfalutin words and nobody gets inspired? Here's the thing that some of the younger actors don't know, who don't study it. If I pay money to come to a theater, it's because I want to be entertained.
Yes.
So I deliberately leave all my problems at home, or deliberately submit to you, the performer, like, take me on this journey. When the performer doesn't take you on the journey, you get distracted and you start holding conversation with who you're with. But if the performer can take you on a journey, then you are satisfied. I don't take that lightly. That is the core of my being, and that is the validation that I need from my audience. So it is my work to make sure that every time they encounter me, they have to see the truth in whatever thing I'm selling.
That's so powerful, though.
Yeah, so that is what I also try to teach. Teaching acting is not about just methods. It's about helping the actor to find purpose, which is what life is.
Yeah.
You find purpose, then you come from a place of truth.
Yeah.
If there is truth, then nothing else matters, because the eye actually sees beyond the physical. It sees the soul.
Yeah.
And I tell my students every time that this camera that you see, this lens, it sees your soul. Because your eyes are the windows to your soul. And so sometimes you see, they say, camera catch up. If you see the way you do it, camera catch up. It is because the camera is not just seeing his face, he's seeing his inner being.
Yeah. Now, there's a quote that he shared that actually struck me. He said, be intentional. Be intentional in your relationship, be intentional in your business, be intentional about the way you live your life. If you intend to grow, you have to be intentional, because without you being intentional, you're just careless about whatever you're doing. So this is me saying to you right about now, with all the information you've heard from him, as you decide to apply it, be intentional about the way you apply it. Drop in the comment section your favorite rule, and then let's interact. My name is Emmanuel Zeve. This is the Top 10 Rules for Success. I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for watching.
None of my parents lived to be 60. So life for me is just about to get started.